It is going to be the same picks and bans before the DC happened, so should be able to rush through them fairly shortly. Yes.
All right, so we're doing same picks and bans as we usually do with this kind of thing. So here we go.
That also will be the rules when it comes to the tournament coming up on December 30th. If any game has a DC, the rules as they stand currently are that up until the problematic issue, the person who left the game because of a client issue, the picks and bans will remain the same until then. That said, if you lock in a champion before, or if you don't leave the game before the enemy team locks in a champion, that will be set in stone, as unfortunate as it is. So if you see that you have a problem, if there is an issue, if you're not able to select a champion, be safe rather than sorry. Go ahead and jump out of the game and we'll get you back in. These are custom draft games. You can remake them very quickly, very easily, very simply. Play it safe. What we don't want is for someone to have an issue, the enemy team to lock in multiple champions so you can actually see what they're playing, and then an issue to come through. That's not going to work. So just keep that in mind if you've got a team that you're interested in putting together for the tournament. Also, if you aren't in the tournament yet, what are you doing? Put together a team of 5. Get in here. We've got plenty of spots.
We need more people to feed.
I think
more fodder for the cannon.
5 or 6 slots still open for the upcoming tournament. I know there's a couple teams that are very interested but haven't quite yet put their rosters together, but we're going to run out of those the closer and closer we get towards that tournament. So get your 5-man together, get into the Discord. There is that winter invitational stream or Discord chat that you can drop your team in there. Let us know who's playing. It's going to be a fun time. It's going to be a fun time. All right, we can talk about picks because we actually move forward rather than 2 picks into the game. Ezreal Camille coming outside of ACP, and Pike Poppy Malzahar from Dumbledore's army. That's looking really spicy so far.
That's what I was expecting to see out of Lord Reeves, the Malzahar coming through. That's his secondary main. It's what he likes to play when he can't get Anivia. One of his most played and most powerful champions that was not banned away. Those two used to be must bans against him, but he's been gone so long, people have forgotten. Now the question is, will Rayleigh be soaking up 2 more bans? Because he hasn't picked yet. There are no mid laners on the table unless, of course, Ezreal would be played mid, but I kind of doubt that a little bit.
Oh, it's Ezreal top lane, Camille mid, Rakan jungle. Best predictions.
Which might definitely be a good idea. I like it.
AP Rakan jungle. It's the new meta, guys. Just you wait. His ganks are so strong.
Have you ever played AP Rakan? It's actually terrible.
I played it mid lane one time. Bad. I regretted it.
I once got autofilled mid, and didn't realize it, and locked in Kog'Maw. I was like, oh well, crap. I guess I'm gonna feed. I mean, Kog mid's viable. But I was all statted up and had the runes for the ADC Kog'Maw, so I was like, oh, okay, whatever, I'll give it a shot. And then it was Rakan mid, and I was playing kind of back a little bit because I wasn't sure if it was just when Rakan had come out. Are you certain? And then he all-in me and did like 2 health bars of my HP with his full spell cycle after backing for items, and I was like, oh, okay, well, I'll just stand here and auto-attack him, and he'll die.
Pew, 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 pew. And they think about Rakan mid, if you're even going to attempt it, because I played it once as a support main. I got rolled mid. I said, I don't feel like playing Ahri, which is basically my only mid laner that I play. I'll try Rakan. We'll see what happens with it. I tried it. The only way to play it logically is actually to play hyper passive until your jungler comes in, and then basically you're just a support for your jungler. It's sort of like a quite less efficient funnel role, except that you're not even giving the mid lane minions to your jungler. You're just farming them and then trying to support your jungler whenever they gank, because you do have that nice level 6, you know, that you can taunt them up as well as get some knockups and stuff. So it's not that terrible, but you have to play crazy passive, sit underneath your turret, farm with your barely extended range. He's an auto attack melee champion. His range is even shorter than Thresh's. It's pretty sad. It's just overall sad.
Yep, definitely. And now the Cho'Gath?
Picked by Rayleigh. That is really interesting to see. He is a mid lane main. I don't know if he's picking it for Real Galaxy, wanting to see what the side of Dumbledore's Army final picks before trading it out, but it looks like he may be going mid lane AP Cho'Gath versus Malzahar.
Okay, no, there's it is going to be the Ezreal take. What?
I don't even worry about it. We can talk about Dumbledore's
Okay,
Army
Twitch ADC, I guess it's Desvelado taking Ezreal mid versus the Malzahar. And Rayleigh going to be going ADC on the Twitch right there. Maybe not the...
So he might not even be mid lane unless he trades around with the Ezreal and rolls and takes the Twitch mid lane with Ezreal in the bottom lane.
That would be a very bad idea. Twitch so mid is not a thing.
No, Wraith doesn't need to fix his camera. He's just leaning really close to the camera. I think it's fine because we get to see a little bit more of his beautiful face with the light of his computer. Yeah, Dumbledore's Army. For half a second, I thought we'd get to see Pyke in the top lane, which doesn't work pre-6. But post-6 is actually fairly strong. His ultimate is just one of those really nice executions. You land it super well. Everything's really good and solid. But pre-6, he's extremely squishy. Very, very easy to kill, especially against some other top lane duelists. This time, though, is going to be Fiora. So let's go ahead and roll through them. Dumbledore's Army with Speedy Lion taking the Fiora in the top lane. Jade Daddy Link taking the Poppy in the jungle. Lord Reese with the Malzahar in the mid lane. Nuez wanting to 1v9, taking the Vayne in the bottom lane carry role. And Aizen Boy, not racist at all, taking Pyke in the supportive role.
And then you have Team ACP4FUN. So you have Daytona? No, I thought it was Daytona. Daytona Hamster on Cho'Gath in the top lane. The Care Bear on Camille in the jungle. Desvelado taking Ezreal in the mid lane. Rayleigh taking that Twitch in the bottom lane ADC role. And Real Galaxy 36 taking Rakan in the bottom lane supportive role.
I have to slightly correct you because I said it terribly a dozen times. Kind of like applesauce last game. Instead of applause, it's actually Daytona Hamster. No P. I've said it with a P so many times to the point that the last couple of times that I wrote his name in the tagline to go onto YouTube, I wrote hamster with a P and then had to go back later, edit it, and correct it because it's so weird without a P. I never thought that a hamster would give me so much trouble.
I'll try and remember that, but
Probably
I have...
Like me.
I will promise you that I will not remember it.
All right, looking through these compositions, though, for the side of Dumbledore's Army, only that Poppy for the front line, and she's in the jungle, which is going to delay things a little bit more. Plus, with the Vayne, they're really looking to be a late-game team. The one concern is, can they get there? They've got a Pyke for some early-game execution, especially level 6 and on will help that out quite a bit. They've got Fiora for a little bit of dueling and engaging, but I don't know if they can actually get all the way to late game unless they just snowball so hard. Because for the side of ACP, they've got a Cho'Gath and a Twitch who also enjoy late game. And I think, I don't know, if you're the AD carry, Twitch or Vayne, who scales harder faster? Not who scales harder longer, who scales harder faster?
It depends on... Vayne scales harder faster right now. Her 2-item spike is stronger. And it depends on if you're talking about 1v1 or team fight. 1v1, Vayne will beat Twitch pretty much every single time. But, unless, of course, Twitch gets the drop on her and she doesn't have ult up.
You need
but
not follow,
in a 1v1 scenario, Twitch is a stronger team fighter. The AoE damage coming through from his ultimate,
glory
with the potential of landing that onto 5 members, is just way too strong to deal with, really. But they do have Poppy to soak the frontline damage, so it's not going to be quite as potent as it would be on like the ultra squishy team, but still. Twitch is a much more powerful team fighter because all of those auto attacks plus the extra attack speed that comes through is going to be landing on the full team, whereas Vayne has to individually auto attack everybody down. Granted, they drop very fast. Now the question...
Especially as that true damage on that Cho'Gath. Before you continue, I've got to say, Experiment626, thank you for the $25. Locking your spot into the Winter Invitational. That's his payment for his entire team. They are the first team, going to shout them out on Twitter, as well, as they have locked themselves into the Winter Invitational first team. Greatly, not only appreciate the donation, but your dedication and investment in the Winter Invitational Tournament coming up at the end of December. And BAR, or B-A-R, see if I can remember it correctly, Boosted Animals Reborn, applause, ma'am. Thank you very much for following as well. Make sure that you hit that notification if you want to know when the stream goes live. The earlier you get here on Q nights, which is our Thursday nights, the earlier you can get into the player pool. You don't have to. No pressure if you don't want to be notified. But, you know, if you really want to play, it's a helpful opportunity.
Just follow the stream. We love you guys.
We do love you. And this is a cool opportunity to say, guys, this stream wouldn't exist without you. Who can shoutcast a game that has no players? And you guys, especially those of you that consistently show up every single week,
and be
make
elevated.
sure, like to justify, throwing that follow in as well. You guys are the one who make it happen.
Believe in our
New
future.
players to be able to play in these games. It is amazing to be given this opportunity. And a while back, there was a moment where I was really kind of chewing on how much I wanted to invest in the stream. And I came to the conclusion, I said, at the end of the day, if there were 0 viewers and 2 people showed up to play in the game, would I still shoutcast? And I said, absolutely, without a doubt, 100%, the answer is yes. As long as there are literally 2 people that are interested in playing on the stream, I will shoutcast the heck out of that 1v1 and make it a grand and fun and awesome time. So as long as you guys keep showing up, we'll keep shoutcasting some games. Thank you for coming out. Also, Extremist626 for that follow as well. Straight up, this is the best shoutcasting you've seen since House Party 5v5. Oh man, I don't know if I want to get started comparing. Tyler 1 Championship Series is pretty darn hype as well. But either way, we'll bring the hype. You guys bring the awesome plays as the Care Bear is going to be whacked for first, it's not first blood. What did we say that? First scratch?
Yeah, first poke.
First poke from the Poppy as Fallen Angel locks himself in, interested in playing on the other half of game number 3, which is looking like, as we don't have another team lined up, it's going to be a team versus random 5. It'll be okay. It'll be okay.
So, meanwhile, in top lane, we have the aggressive champion. Now, I'm just making sure real quick. Yeah, it is Poppy in the jungle, so it's going to be Fiora versus Cho'Gath. Not a matchup I've seen in a long time, but I think Fiora definitely wins that late game, though the early game probably is more Cho'Gath favored because of his very high sustain. If he just trades auto attacks with his E, he should be able to stay pretty even with the Fiora. However, Fiora, of course, being a late game scaling duelist monster, once she gets a couple of items, will be able to give Cho'Gath some problems.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Oh no! Care Bear's buff reset.
Ooh, that's going to slow down that Camille, especially she wants to hit that level 2 to be able to potentially go for that level 2 gank. She's got that level 2 now. Looks like she's going to head to that blue buff. Don't know if that was the intention all along or just after realizing the reset decided to instead go for the double blue clear as Poppy's going for the Krugs. Not a start I've seen in a while. See where she decides to take that. And that top lane speed line, getting a little bit of damage onto Detone Hamster. About half and half health for both of them.
Yeah, but Cho'Gath has superior sustain at this point of the lane. I want to check their items real quick, and no, so Speedy Lion has already burned his pot right there.
This reminds me of... Go ahead.
Yeah, he might be putting himself in a dangerous position here. Hold on, we've got a fight.
Red buff versus red buff. Care Bear knocking Daddy down. He's going to be flashing the wall. Wants to play it safe, decides to get out, give that Scuttle Crab over to the side of ACP4FUN. So they're going to win out, at least in the jungler, they're going to win out a little bit on that skirmish. Very quickly, wanted to note, Fiora support. It actually works well, unless you have
saw
no
that
clue
game.
what you're doing. Yeah, you watched me do well and get those 4 kills, and then have no clue what I was doing after I hit level 6, and basically fed the rest of the game. So if you're a really good Fiora, maybe consider trying it in that bottom lane supportive role. Let us know how it goes. Probably not going to be substantial, but, you know, it was fun.
You know, I was watching... The reason I spectate... I just got on League one night and looked, and I saw... Wait, Jake is playing Fiora. this ought to be entertaining, the exact words out of my mouth. And then I cue into the match, I look at it, and I'm like, wait, where's Fiora? It was like something stupid like Lux Top or something like that. I'm like, what's going on? I look bot, and Jake... Oh, Soraka Top. Yeah, Jake is playing Fiora support, and I'm just looking at this like, what is going on?
Go ahead.
Yeah. I think I might have gotten brain damage as I was trying to analyze that game, because there were a couple, like, you did really well. You were the only one who wasn't, like...
completely feeding?
Chewing on their keyboard. It was... there were so many situations. I'm like, okay, why is he doing that? What? There was, like, one guy who ignited somebody at full health. I was like...
Keep in mind that that was my first time ever playing Fiora's Lord Reese in the mid lane, using the heal. Wait, gets the trade! No way! Oh my goodness, heals as the auto attack comes in from Camille that would have ended his life. And again, the early game extra damage tower comes through, giving the trade of kills over to the side of Dumbledore's army as an engage in the top side. Speedy Lion finds some good damage onto the tower. Drops him down under 200 health, flashes forward. Can he find the proc though? There's that repositioning. Cho'Gath, what are you doing? You don't want to show your vital side to the enemy. Fiora gives the kill over as Pike steps forward trying to find a Bone Lance. Won't be able to get it. Bone Skewer, excuse me. Okay, very quickly back to the Fiora thing. What we decided to do, if you ever want to troll a game and completely lose, is get 5 people, go into a normals game, and have everyone else tell you what champion to play in your role. So, of course, I asked, what champion should I play? I think the first 2 champions I didn't even own. And then somebody said Fiora, and I said, all right, Fiora support it is. And then they asked me what they should play in the top side. I said Soraka. I think we had a Lissandra carry as well. Things were crazy. Lots of fun, tons of laughs as a nice dash from Asian Boy not only avoids the knockup from Rakan, but also gets the stun. So a little bit of trade damage. And it's that Dumbledore's army slowly but surely is coming out in the lead with this game.
Definitely a really good prediction right there from Asian Boy, like you were saying. Hold on, Speedy Lion continually getting some really good trades onto his opposite number here. 42 CS to 17. Good lord.
Detone Hamster, you got that struggle, boy, and you got it good. Asian Boy even clearing that blast cone on that bottom side, doing well. All right, so the one thing to keep in mind is that a lot of the players on the side of ACP are actually ranked under the members of Dumbledore's army. It's all about that master who's on the Twitch. In the meantime, Speedy Lion maybe going down. Nice feast from Detone Hamster. Oh, not even a feast. He just auto attacks, takes that kill as he has hit level 6 now. As Malzahar roams up, gets the ultimate. Pretty easy, press R, kill the enemy champion, takes out the enemy team's Camille. 1-for-1 trade overall. 3-1 Dumbledore's army as they got themselves a 1,000 gold lead.
That was a pretty sweet move out of the Poppy, though. Just stepped right in front of the Camille, and then pulled him back right into Malzahar, who wasn't in range for the ultimate. So just using that knockback to draw him closer, and then lock him up with that with the Malefic Vision, or sorry, not Malefic Visions.
Desvelada with a really good arcane shift avoids that knockback from the Poppy. Heroic charge not going to be able to be used. One of the greatest things about that Ezreal is he can reset a lot of those attacks. And the worst is when you're playing Blitzcrank and you grab him and you're like, I've got the most slippery 80 carry. And then he just hops away and you're like, Riot, why did you even include this as a thing this champion can do?
Yeah. Malzahar is a really rude champion, though, because he just goes around and randomly barfs on people. I mean, just watch his ult next time. It just looks like he's just throwing up on somebody.
Gotta throw that up the purple space aids. That's how the Malzahar do. As Nuez in the bottom lane can't find the condemned, the Snubbill Galaxy, but Pike steps forward. Bone Skewer gonna miss though. So another engage.
Random engage.
Whiffed. No, part of the reason is because Twitch had no mana, so they're hoping to maybe catch him out as he's wanting to back. Speedy Lion level 7. Losing a little bit of a trade against Detone Hamster, but winning overall in this lane. 65 farmed to the 23 of Cho'Gath. Even that kill didn't give that Cho any respite in that top lane.
Yeah. Anyway, so they are going to be headed back real quick. Lord Reeves farming out against this Ezreal in the mid lane. 57 to 70, so it is going to be Reeves in the lead right there. It is going to be Dark Harvest Ezreal right now. So not the extra Kleptomancy that we're used to seeing. Dark Harvest Ezreal has kind of taken over in this preseason. lot of really scary burst damage. I'm wondering if this is going to be the AP burst death Ezreal, or is it going to be the more sustained damage conventional route that we've come used to seeing.
Oh, Care Bear got the double buffs. Okay, Asian boy gonna do pike things and probably hop his way over the wall. He's waiting for the rest of the team, so he might actually try to re-engage. With Real Galaxy gonna walk up. There it is. Pike hop over the wall, waiting for the last possible second, able to get it.
I was wondering if Care Bear was going to try and commit that ultimate. He's going to say that'd be, oh wait, this is a bad engage from Speedy Lion. He might be able to win it. Wait, he is level 6, but he is in a huge minion wave.
As we got another engage on that bottom side, Hexic Ultimatum called out from the Camille, even gets the shield, but won't be able to survive against 3, and now there are pings from Dumbledore's army to take that Ocean Drake. Similar to the last game, it's a good Drake to get early, 100, and I believe it is 40% or 180% for that first Drake. Massive amounts of regen as they're still in the laning phase for at least another 4 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Very good pickup. Ocean Drake's probably my favorite to get early, really, because you can't really. Oh, nice flash!
Yeah, and that should spell the death. Wait, what? Ezreal, no way! Arcade shifts forward to avoid the stun from the pike and then flashes backwards. Fancy moves out of Desvelado, gets himself out alive as Nuez in that bottom lane going to try to engage, uses the heal. It's not going to be enough because Poppy coming around from the side didn't set up for the rest of the team. Pike wasn't around because he was in the mid lane. And that's a free kill to the side of ACP4FUN.
Yeah. As cool as that move looked from Ezreal, he could have just arcane shifted backwards into the side a little bit and avoided stun and held on to his flash.
But it looked cool. It's all about making the fancy plays. All about making the fancy plays.
It's like when somebody has tons of money and just throws it up in the air. I mean, it looks cool, but it's also really expensive.
Make it rain, make it rain. Care Bear uses a little bit of Smite Heal to grab that blue buff and could engage on that top side. We've seen this Camille get up here once before and help Cho'Gath pick up a kill last time. He's trying to get some feast stacks, though, as there is the Camille coming up. We'll see what she has to do. She doesn't have the red buff, so there's no slow. Tries to get the stun. Oh, nice parry from Speedy Lion. Avoids it, and Asian Boy is here. Uses the execute. Ultimatum to pick up one. Ignite should be able to pick up the second one. Pike able to finish it off with that Ignite before Fiora can get the kill, and now 4 members are up here. Pike decides to leave, making a 3. Wants to get on this turret, pick up as much gold as they can before we hit that 14-minute mark.
Yep, they actually might be able to drop this. They probably should be able to. 4 members here, despite the extra damage or the damage reduction that this turret is going to have. It's just going to take a while. They have a fully stacked minion wave plus Malzahar Voidlings. They should be able to drop this. It's just going to take a really long time.
Nothing else interesting to watch.
There we go.
For shifting over to the Drake. It's a Mountain Drake coming up next. Keep that in mind, as both teams would enjoy it to be able to take down those structures a little bit faster, as we're going to see a couple of those shields fall off from that bottom lane turret. But Justified, just want to note very quickly, keep an eye on these teams overall and how they do, because a lot of these teams will be playing in that Winter Invitational tournament. So now is a good time to start taking notes, not only what they play, but how they play it. Keep an eye on how they do. As Asian Boy finds the nice Bone Skewer, pulling Desvelado in. Arcane Shift gives him to safety for now, but Malzahar is here. He's got his ultimate, and the engage for Fiora on the backside. Another kill to the side of Dumbledore's army. Ezreal falling.
Yeah, I have to give props to News in the bottom lane with this Vayne. Keeping, well, not keeping even in Sia. Actually, he's pretty dang close, despite being 2v1 for the last, 3.5 minutes. Doing really well for himself and allowing Asian Boy to roam into other lanes, pick up a double kill for himself, and pick up a third one in the middle lane, plus 2 turrets. But that's another person here.
Oh, the gank in the bottom lane. Oh, good movement for the moment by the Vayne. She's able to nicely condemn the Camille into the turret, but in the end, it's the Ezreal ultimate that comes through, takes the Vayne down, and that should be finally first turret to the side of ACP. However, they're not going to be able to actually finish it off as the Pike comes in for the engage. The Care Bear using the hook shot to get into the brush for now. Speedy Lion trying to get Speedy to engage on the 3 members, sneaking back to their own turret. Aizen lining up a hook, finds a Camille. That's 1 kill. They're also going to find it the Rakan, who tries to reset, flashes underneath the turret. It was looking. Whoa, wait, Rayleigh uses the heal. He's underneath the turret. Speedy Lion takes the turret shot. Still gets the last shot. Takes down the Twitch. So 1 for 1 there. Overall 2 for 1. And in the end, Dumbledore's army still continues to take gold leads. 5,000 gold up.
Yeah, and this Fiora in a very powerful position. Almost 50 CS above his opposite number, and on an incredibly high, late game scaling duelist. What if he just decides to return to that top lane and split push to his heart's content, or go bottom lane where there's an easier to access turret? Yeah, and it looks like that is going to be the call. Bot lane go top, top lane go bot, and then you're just going to have this split pushing monster of Fiora. And Detone Hamster is going to be caught out right here.
Yeah, he's in trouble. Decides to go aggressive onto the Pyke. However, Condemned back underneath the turret is going to give his own life over. Good positioning by the Vayne, making that roam. That's one of the nice things is from a Vayne, when you got that Condemned that knocks people backwards, you'd think from the ADC, play it safe, you be the one underneath the turret, but instead it's the squishy Pyke that kind of baits the Cho'Gath in to stay under the turret or in that turret range, allowing Vayne to come from behind. So just good overall movement and positioning from Dumbledore's army as the Drake seems to be on the mind for ACP. But in the meantime, though, they're going to get engaged from the bottom lane. Rakan in trouble. Can he shield away? No, he cannot. Poppy going to be able to take him down. Get credit for the kill. Aizen boy harassing the Camille and Ezreal, who are trying to desperately take the Drake. They call it off. They back away from now, as Rayleigh is still hanging around, slinking around the back line. Mountain Drake dropping low under 700. Poppy picks it up. In the meantime, Fiora once again underneath this turret. Gonna take a couple of shots. She tries to go in. She's got that ultimate. Vital procs the flash from Rayleigh. Outplays with the turret and gets himself some plenty of shutdown gold.
Yeah, this Fiora playing very aggressively. This time in a little bit more of a scenario where he probably shouldn't be. Denying him access to the Drake was the objective there. He pulled it off. He didn't need to get the kill, but instead he gives over a substantial amount of shutdown gold to the late game scaling Twitch. Probably not the wisest decision.
And he's 3-1 overall, so he's actually not doing that badly. Going to be, once again, the saving grace for his team. Put that team on his back, try to get them carried away. The thing to keep in mind, though, is that there is that Cho'Gath, so when it comes to objectives, Cho'Gath Feast really good, trying to steal it away. And I feel like the Scuttle Crab was actually pulled out of the silence from Malzahar. I'm not positive on that. Oh, fun interaction I wanted to mention as we are on a little bit of a calmer moment. So you know the Nico champion came out, right?
Yeah.
She can copy all sorts of champions. You know that if she copies, we got another engaged, but Care Bear, wait, hold on, uses the Hextech Ultimatum, may actually be able to try to escape with it, flashes away, but the flash forward from Poppy guarantees the last hit, gets the kill, does Filato in trouble, he's going to be silenced up as well, the Pyke Ultimate to silence him, and now, flash used by the Pyke to get himself out from underneath the turret, the Rift Herald popped in the mid lane, going to be smashing down that second tier turret, nice prediction, once again, pulls the Ezreal forward, but he goes down underneath the turret, so he can't get the last shot. Poppy wants it. Arcane Shift repositions Ezreal to safety for the moment as the charge from that Rift Herald knocks damage onto the second tier turret. Going to charge onto the inhibitor now as well. They've got to clear that away as Nua's trying to 1v1 Detone in the top lane. He's got Feast trying to reposition, but the Condemn puts him into the wall. He flashes forward. He's looking for the Feast. And oh wait, he actually gets the kill. Detone makes a massive outplay. I love the BM flash from Vayne. Still goes down. That was a nice play from Detone.
Yeah, I'm very apathetic about that though. It's really he only hit one skill.
Oh, come on.
That was a point and click R. It looked really cool, but I mean,
rush, he then feasts her as well as auto attacks to finish her off inside the brush after she BM'd with an emote. Oh, that was so good. That was so good. Right? The mastery ping and all. That was so sick. Okay, she canceled her element. It looked cool. It looked cool. I don't care what you say. It looked cool. All right, so what I was saying very quickly about Nico, because once again, we do have a little bit of a calmer moment. I wanted to say this before we got too far, because you'll like this raid. She copies Ivern, But Ivern can't be attacked by jungle camps because he can't attack jungle camps, so they don't go aggressively on Ivern. So if Nico is copying Ivern, she can freely auto jungle camps without them fighting back whatsoever. Pretty cool interaction. Detone gonna die on the top lane because he's overpressed. Gets the turret, still gives his life over. 3 members from ACP gonna try to find and engage. There was that earlier recall. Wait, there goes the Recon looking for the quickness. Finds the taunt onto the Fiora. Who is gonna go down. Nice damage from the spray and pray from the Twitch. Able to pick one up. Care Bear repositioning, thinking about re-engaging.
Quick trade, good shot calling from Reeves in the mid lane. They're going to go down, and they're going to take away this inhibitor. The recalls are coming through, though. They should have enough damage to knock this down really quickly, and they got to get out of here because it's Baron on the table in less than a minute if they go down right here. Also, another Drake spawning, and it's going to be another Mountain Drake, which gives, once again, more Baron threat and presence. But they do get out just fine. However, the Poppy might get stuck in the jungle, and it looks like she is going to get caught.
Yeah, Jade Daddy gonna be knocked up by the Rakan, trying to escape, has plenty of armor, throws out the ult, knocks one away, but Rakan is still on the chase. Can he do that? No, the Twitch is able to pick that one up. Lord Reeves says, I'll trade you 1 for 1 on that Rakan as well. Throws out the ultimate. He's 4-0-2 with Atluden's Echo, has plenty of damage to spare. Now a 950 shutdown on himself as Asian Boy trying to run away, able to get the stun onto Camille. Should escape for now.
And a almost a good catch out there from the Camille, but Asian Boy having access to his dash meant that the stun was going to let him get away, and there was going to be no ultimate coming through. Hold on, a catch onto the hamster.
Yeah, but he's finally getting a little bit chunky and tanky. Nuez goes in. Oh, nice combination with the pike for the execution. And Desvelato going to fall. 1, 2, 3. Triple kill for the pike. And plenty of gold for his team to spare as the Care Bear has to hook away in that mid lane. So good engage from Dumbledore's army, especially out of that vein. Setting that pike up. He's going to throw the ultimate down to try to reset onto the Care Bear. Using the Hextech ultimate.
That's a near ace. They might be able to end.
The game could be over. Only the real Galaxy 36 stands between Dumbledore's army and advancing forward in the best of 1 scrim night. There's nothing on the table, but it's still fun to cast. They're able to take out 1 Nexus turret. 2nd Nexus turret gonna fall. They're now 10,000 gold in the lead without even needing to back and use that gold. They're gonna finish off the Nexus, try to pad the stats, grab a couple more kills, but instead, it's gonna be the game. Dumbledore's army takes out ACP4FUN.
Yep, that was a very decisive win right there. And that's going to be the end of the game. Hold on while my thing loads, and I will give MVPs and honorable mentions. Who did you think was important in the game?
Yeah, press F in chat. F for respect. I'm actually going to allow that. It's if you literally just type F, it's not that big of a deal. GG, if you got those GG emotes, Xeno's got them. You can spam those in chat. I really loved, as I learned, Asian Boy is actually Avid, who hasn't played in an eternity, returning to the big stage and bringing with him that pike that hyper roamed, not only from the bottom lane, then went to the top lane, from the bottom lane to mid lane, to top lane, to mid lane, to bottom lane, basically kept that up the whole game. Loved the 4-man turret clearing from Dumbledore's army. Not only got top, but then roamed to the mid lane. Got a massive amount of gold. If you think about 160 gold for every one of those turret plates, and did it twice before the 14-minute mark. That was a huge spike in gold, a huge spike in power and items, and really they were pushing second item by the time the ACP was getting their finished boots. That is crazy.
Yep, and so my client has finally loaded, and I'm going to be giving MVPs, honorable mentions, and shoutouts. So ACP4FUN, we are going to give that over. I want to give it to Desvelato. The reason being is Reeves is sitting here 4-0, and Desvelato only died twice. He did fall behind in CS. He was down about 40 CS at the very end of the game. But didn't int a lot of kills over, despite the fact that when Reeves gets ahead, he's pretty oppressive to play against. So I definitely want to give Desfilato props, give him the honorable mention there. And then Raylick is going to get that MVP quietly 5-2, quietly dealing a good bit of damage despite being on that late game Twitch. Still making himself felt, and he did end up getting camped a little bit. So he still played well and managed to outplay Speedy Lion, the crazy fed Fiora, who tried diving him twice. One time Speedy Lion getting the kill, the other time Raylick getting the kill. So, and yeah, you could put ADC bias in the chat, but this is pretty much the only time I'm going to be able to give an ADC the MVP, because ADC is garbage right now. Anyway, so for a Dumbledore's army,
Dumbledore.
Yeah, Dumbledore, otherwise known as Gandalf the Gay.
I
heard that
Keep your jokes
years ago. No, so Dumbledore's army is going to have, let's see. I think Speedy Lion deserves it for his dominance in lane. A couple of questionable decision-making problems into the middle stages of the game, but he was so far ahead, I think he wanted to have fun. So I'm going to give him honorable mention for his lane dominance. However, Reeves is going to walk away with that MVP. He hasn't gotten it in a long time, so welcome back to the top of the charts, Reeves. I think the roams were really what did it. I mean, he won the lane. He was up like 30 CS in lane. Ended up roaming top lane, then roaming bot lane, playing to his win condition. He had the ultimate, and he moved around the map and used it very well.
All right, I do also have to say it's pretty nice to see Lord Reeves back on his Reeves account. He's been playing on his Lighthouse account for an eternity and a half, so good to see him back on his main one. I agree, Reeves MVP, he was smurfing. You know what, it's probably true. 178 farm, the highest in the game. So you know that not only was he active in kills, second highest kills, I think second highest in overall kill participation. 11, yeah, we got 11 on Azenboy as well. So 9 and 11, there we go. I can count, guys, I swear I can count. But it is a huge shout out to Azenboy, Avit, for coming in with that pike. Massive roams, talked about that before we even got into the MVPs and honorable mentions. Pretty darn good stuff. Avit, welcome back, it's been a while, glad to have you. But ladies and gentlemen, we're not done yet. It's only hitting that 11 o'clock time. We're going to be rolling into a game number 3, which, because we do not have, I'm going to double check really quick. Yeah, we do not have another team signed up. It's going to be Team Non-Toxic, TNT, coming out versus a random 5. I'll pull 5 random people, or 3 random people, because 2 used their stream.